Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Fata Morgana playthrough, and we're going to be looking into probably more about Pauline, just from the indication this first line gives. Obviously we're seeing a lot of the insecurities of Bestia, of course, after he has murdered the beast, after he's sought not to murder anybody again, just because of how much the white-haired girl changed her. Yeah, and it's a proper issue. I mean, look at this last line. This passage here, I think it's written so geniusly. It really, really is. So, yeah, I'm sorry, that was just the only thing I could think when I was reading this. Just how well put together it was. And considering the fact that this is a translation as well, I think it's even more impressive. Because I suppose there's some visual novels that when translated, a lot of the things that make them special could possibly be lost. Or maybe the English translation isn't as good as the Japanese. I've not read the Japanese version, but still, this is amazing. That's my point. Anyway, I'm excited to read today because we're probably going to learn quite a lot. I'm going to be doing 2 sessions, one in the morning and then one after my day. So, yeah, here we go. No, totally, yeah. But this is the worst thing, because of the fact that he's in a really far away place. You can never not know. Well, you can never actually know where he is when you have, when he has gone on a mission. Yeah. And this is the worst thing, because obviously she feels love and she kind of lets that get in the way of reality and make reality. She just thinks reality is just totally tailored towards her. It's not. And unfortunately, we've really seen that proof by how the merchant was murdered. Yeah, you would have hoped, but unfortunately, that's really not the case. God, we know that this story is going to have a really, really troubling ending. Oh! The fuck is that? What is a... I don't even know how to say that. A nijun... Is that... Do you pronounce the J as a Y? What does it mean? What? Oh. So it's a shortening of the Dutch word that just adds ko to the beginning of it. It means a little rabbit, apparently. That's hilarious. Wait, so what is rabbit in Dutch? Just to be sure. Oh, right, okay. Never mind. That's hilarious. What an odd name to call somebody. Yeah, so I mean, I suppose this is one of the times where physical distance was something that restrained them, and they have actually been able to return together. And I suppose I feel so bad for Pauline, because what she probably thinks is that it's just going to be a repeat of this time. She probably has no idea of what's actually going on. But I don't blame her. Yeah, seriously. Oh my god. I'm surprised she knows. That's hilarious. So he's used a word without properly knowing its context. I'm assuming it's like Nintje or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, seriously. She's not mad. It's been a year and a half. Jesus Christ. Yeah, isn't that funny? It's been a year and a half, and yeah, it's as if they're just meeting each other as if a day has passed. That's just how natural they are with each other, really. Yeah, because if I read this dialogue, I would have never have been able to tell that it's a year and a half ago that they last met. Yeah, that's good. And it must be... Yeah, God, it must be such a dangerous job, especially because I suppose things weren't nearly as well engineered as they were today. They'd be very, very vulnerable to, for example, well, bad weather conditions, really. It must be so awful. Yeah, that is good though, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame her. God, it must have been horrible waiting a year and a half. Yeah, fair enough. Totally. Oh, yeah. Just confidence in the fact that you are actually going to return. Yeah, I don't blame her. I really don't. There must be a lot of pressure to perform your absolute best just so that you even have a chance of returning. Yeah. I mean, he hasn't seen her for a year and a half. I don't blame him. Oh, God, that must be awful. The doubt that he must be feeling as a result of that as well. Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I get that, yeah. He was never this much of a sweet talker, I love it. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. Yeah, I think a theme of this chapter, outside appearances, really don't matter. And this is kind of a good example of strengthening that theme in a way. Yeah, reasonable, yeah. Oh god, that's kind of the worst, though, having doubts because you really love somebody and then you imagine them as probably as somebody who's more beautiful and more, well, I don't know, you just kind of exaggerate all of the good qualities about them in your head. So then that exaggeration, because of the fact that you've spent so long with them, that exaggeration kind of becomes the real version of them. But then if you realise that, then I suppose there's doubt, because you kind of forget what the real version of this person is, rather than the version that has been conjured up by your imagination. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, reasonable. It must be so interesting having a lover who travels loads, obviously without you being able to, and just seeing how he changes as a result of the places that he has been to. It's really quite interesting, that. But it does make sense. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so he's a fiend for talking to other women. Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, they did a good job emphasising that. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So was it this exact same village where they have met each other beforehand? Interesting. Yay, we get this song again. I'm sorry, I just don't like that song with the vocals. I love the guitar, it's done so well. It's just, I don't like the vocals, they're overbearing. But this song I don't have any problems with, I really like this one. It does the atmosphere amazingly. Yeah, God, and that's what she's remembering. God. Yeah, you're gonna have to search everywhere. And let's be honest, the fact that we're actually able to be told about Pauline shows that it's very likely that she does inevitably find the mansion, if you ask me. Yeah, she has a month. Damn, she actually made a drawing of him. I see. God. You can tell somebody is desperate when this happens. Yeah, fair enough. Bit rude, but okay. Yeah, God, that must be difficult. It wasn't even out on work, it was just because of the fact that he had been really tired and he fell into the same trap that many others have fallen into. And that's the most awful thing. I mean, I suppose in modern day, with phones and all means of wireless contact, we would have this issue, but at the same time there wouldn't be this much uncertainty. And this is the awful thing about such a difficulty of being able to communicate with somebody else. There's just this total uncertainty and lack of idea about where he has actually gone. No way of calling the police. And if anything, that's why Bestia has not been arrested, because there is no police. Yeah, of course. True. You can't necessarily deny, you can't necessarily prove it. Yeah, of course she'd think this. Yeah. She must do anything she possibly can. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Look in the forest, oh my god. Yeah, they really don't seem nice. I mean, remember Javi, or Javi, or however you say his name? God. Yeah. I mean, what else do I need to say? Yeah, that is reasonable. Well, especially considering this village was roped into a war that totally destroyed everybody's spirits and also the economy of the town. I mean, this town used to be really thriving on the fishing industry, so I suppose a decreased morale makes people not want to do the activities they used to. I mean, there's surely got to be a few people who make a living on it. But there's probably some who also do it for recreational purposes. Or maybe there are some who don't come to this place who would usually come for fishing and have found different places because of the unpleasantness that the war has caused. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, yeah. Yeah, nobody is cooperative because of the war. Oh god! You're seeing somebody who is an asshole, who is really rude again, and you're just thinking that you can easily talk to him. Yeah, God, he's not looking anywhere. He's not anywhere but the shore, I meant to say. Yeah. Yeah, totally. God. Yeah, fair enough. I suppose she's just so stressed about all of the things that are going on and not being able to find who she needs. So, as a result of that, just giving up and just, well, not really giving up, but giving up for the day and just being able to watch the sunset. And just being able to have a lack of, well, just being able to escape from it all, I suppose. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, God, isn't it interesting that she isn't trying to be friendly at all? Yeah, she totally realises. Yeah, I totally see that. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know it's awful, but at the same time, let's be honest, Pauline would do anything so that she can find the merchant. Yeah. Yeah, good for her. You have this one opportunity, so who gives a fuck if a town that is really quite unpleasant is having lots of people who are looking down on you? I mean, you have this one opportunity to take it no matter what it takes, I suppose. I don't know. It's interesting that she lies like this. She knows that this person is dead, she just doesn't want to. Well, she doesn't know, that's the thing. There is the chance that he is not, but I just don't really understand how the other people got the information. I mean, surely if information like this was there when she waited a year and a half for him, why would that have not been communicated to her then? And yet she's been waiting for less time here. Yet, yes, it said that the merchant is dead. So if that tells me a lot, personally. How could they get that information? And I'm sorry, but Pauline's parents would not lie to her about something that important, I'd hope. I mean, they didn't really like her being with a merchant, but still. I'd hope they wouldn't do something that low. He has to be. Yeah, there's no certainty at all. Fucking hell. God, yeah, he is. Yeah, it's tricky. Damn, he left. You'll never find him no matter what happens. You can at least find the truth, I suppose. Yeah, and that's the worst thing. You can never tell. It's a gamble after all. You're doing all of this and yet you don't even know. You don't even have an indication of what the outcome is going to be. You'd hope so. Yeah, no matter how much you believe. I mean, you can believe in yourself, and obviously you will find the truth. I think it's better just to... In situations like these, even though the truth is really, really hard, it's probably better to know the truth than to constantly live in hope of him returning and yet him never doing so. Yeah, it's a tricky situation all round, really. Why is he returning? What? Yeah, that is fair. Something I never really would have thought he'd do. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you can clearly tell that this person is starting to feel more comfortable with Pauline around, which is quite surprising. Oh, she's getting the same treatment she got. Oh god. I think if you were in his shoes, you would. Jesus Christ, she's not that ill-hearted, no. I think she probably sees this person and realises how damaged and how sad he is, and she just wants to make a difference, really. But I think it's... I mean, maybe it could partly be that, but at the same time, I don't think it's fully the case. She's not that much of a user. She's not a user of other people at all. If she was, why would she be doing this? Well, she could be doing this if she was very desperate, to be fair, but still. I don't think this is something Pauline would do. She's not somebody who would use others just for her own gain. Yeah, seriously, she doesn't even care about the search in this context. She just wants to get to know this person more. I'm surprised. Yeah, but that does explain why he is always out here alone like a total outcast. Just because of the fact that he, like Pauline, is really, really rejected by this place. Yeah, you can never tell. It's either that he's bullied, or maybe he's a delinquent, or I don't know, just something that's really, really bad. You can't tell, and he's clearly not going to say it. I mean, let's be honest, this is the most concealed person that we've met in this story so far. Why would he ever reveal it? God. He's such an asshole. She's really insisting. Yeah. Yeah, totally. She doesn't seem like the type. I'm surprised. Yeah. I do wonder what he's going to think. Yeah, she's never going to go away until she changes you, let's be honest here. Okay then. Oh my god, he's refusing to listen. She's not going to. No matter how overbearing she is going to be, she wants to be friends with this person, which is really quite something. It's a bit ridiculous in a sense, but I suppose they do have something in common they can actually bond over, which is the fact that they are really quite outcasted in this village. For different reasons, sure, but that is the case. Oh my god. He's really getting pissed off. He's not waiting, let's be honest. It's just a waste of time sometimes. You really can't help but... I really, really can't help but think that. Oh, so that's what... Yeah. Oh, yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's interesting. So it's just kind of... He may be a kind person at heart, but at the same time, he really doesn't want to admit it because... Well, he probably has really, really bad trust issues. And that's why he doesn't want to open up to anybody. I mean, after all, he's probably bullied and he's an outcast. Just like Pauline is. Yeah, I do wonder if they're going to be able to get along. She's going to have... Well, she's going to have to be really, really insistent. Yeah, you know it's hopeless if something like that is true. It is interesting. I really do wonder what Pauline is actually going to do to Javi in the end. So it's actually pronounced more with like an 8 sound, like Javi, something like that. It's kind of a Spanish name. So I do wonder if that gives indication of the fact that we are around Spain. Yeah, she only sees the good in Javi, which is something that he really, really can't do to himself, actually. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, and it is kind of a bit difficult to comprehend his true intentions. It's just interesting that if this was what he was trying to do, he really is disguising it, just making himself look really quite awful, even though he actually has kind intentions. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, but you can... I think this is an indication that he has had, I don't know, not really persecution, but just something bad happening. The fact that somebody is being so kind to him, and yet you can only kind of interpret this for, I don't know, just for a malicious motive, like using somebody. And isn't it interesting when he says to stay away from the shore? Could that possibly be because he actually doesn't like her being there? Or could it be something else? Something that he doesn't really want us knowing? I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, but if he was a total arsehole to us, I don't think he would have given us that orange. But to be fair, I mean, the front he is putting on, it is convincing if it is a front, so I don't know. It could either be the truth, or maybe it's not a reflection of the truth whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's just the fact that Pauline really feels as if this person's vulnerable and he's obviously not living a very nice life. So she just wants to do as much as she can to make it better. And you can see why this person... I mean, I'm sorry, but that merchant, he does not look like an arsehole whatsoever. He looks quite kind, and it makes sense considering how kind she is. I mean, this person is being difficult. He's rude. He's really rude to her, and yet at the same time she insists. And you can just see how kind she is from that. Yeah. Yeah. It's sweet, this. Yeah. And he's really, really lonely as well. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I remember Orlando. Oh, so that's his mum's friend, okay. Yeah. She is going to have to do a lot in order to make him talk, but I think she can. Yeah. No sign of him. Maybe there's going to be the chance, the really, really low chance that somebody has seen him, and if I'm going to be honest, she just needs to keep fighting for said chance to actually happen. That's good, yeah. It's probably not something she has around her home. Yeah. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, no, I see that, yeah, because no sea means no opportunity for him to escape and him to be able to actually have a job and obviously travel overseas. And it is interesting, that. I like that contrast. I suppose it is amazing in a way that it covers the entire world and just how much of it there is. Especially considering there's more sea than land as well. It's just one of those things where to actually think about the total volume of sea on the planet, it's just scary because of the severely massive scale that it has. Oh, she was actually born along the seaside. Okay then, so yeah, she is somebody who has always lived by it. Yeah, I suppose it's a reminder of home as well, which is quite nice, considering how far she is away from it. What now? Oh, okay. Oh my god, so we're... Oh my god, he's not here? No, is he really going that far to avoid Pauline? Javi isn't there whatsoever. Damn. The fuck? Oh! Oh my god! Dude, I thought he had died. I thought she had just seen a corpse. I don't know, I was really paranoid. I don't get why there would be any murder going on, but seriously, I thought there was a corpse. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, so he probably snuck out on her. There is no way that he is not developing just some sort of bond towards her. Nah. She is. Sorry, he is even. Oh my god. Seriously. Yeah, it must be annoying, to be fair. I mean, obviously she is trying to be kind and she is trying to, I don't know, just trying to improve his life, really. But if she is being somebody, in the end of the day, if she is being somebody who is really a pest, then just because of how much she's following him, she should stop. Yeah, fair enough. I wonder how deep the hole was. Seriously, yeah. What is she doing? Is she actually crying? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm sorry, but Javi is playing jokes on that level to Pauline, so I think she deserves to have it back. Oh my god, she's a fucking demon. Yeah, it is interesting that you can yeah, you got a taste of your own medicine. Yeah, but you can tell that, I don't know, I think this guy is incredibly damaged, let's be honest here, but there is no way he would care this much about Pauline crying if he was actually a bad person. I just really wonder how this is going to go. Imagine if he's going to be the person Pauline goes to if the merchant never comes back. Nah, I'm just kidding. She would probably never be able to have a relationship again, to be honest. It's probably really going to change her. Yeah, seriously, and I mean, worst case scenario, it could have actually resulted in, I don't know, for example, a broken leg. It's not funny, things like those. Says the person who made the trap. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, she can only spend so much time searching. But the same for him. I mean, he has a lot of time if he can spend lots of time just looking at the sea and standing there away from everybody. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah, it is kind of a bad thing, but obviously your goal is to find this other person, but you can't really push yourself too much to do it. Because if you do, then that's just going to really damage you as well. It's just going to make her able to cope with... her way less able to cope with anything. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's true. She was doing all of this for somebody she doesn't even know is alive. Well, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, even if this person is dead, which he is, I think it's worth it just to get the truth of how he died. Or at least, sorry, I meant just to have a possibility of doing so. Oh my god, what happened? You have got to be kidding me. This is the worst thing. I'm kind of like Javi at the moment. I can't tell if she's actually in pain or not. Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking low. Well, for Pauline. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. She isn't joking. Oh, Jesus. What is the point of Javi being so hostile? I mean, sure, be hostile, play a few jokes maybe, but don't do something that will actually harm her physically, especially because in this search, her physical condition is so important, and now it's been made so much difficult. What for? Just because of the fact that somebody doesn't want him approaching? I mean, obviously, to be fair, words won't make a difference to her, so do make a difference with actions. That's probably what he's thinking, but at the same time, I mean, it's just so unnecessary, all of this, and it so easily could have been prevented as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is just him going way too far, especially considering it's hurt Pauline like this. Yeah, and it must take a lot for her not to really get annoyed to Javi here. That's... Oh my god, I know what he might be doing. He might never come back. He's actually coming back? Yeah, you can, another indication of the fact that he's kind, actually taking responsibility for everything that's going on. God. Oh my god. Yeah, seriously. Oh my god, and he actually had friends. Yeah. Something definitely happened. I wonder if it could just be the fact that he's in this village and maybe getting prejudiced for it. Because of the fact that everybody in this village is now an arsehole. Or just really not cooperative or nice whatsoever. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he's taking responsibility for it, which is what I'm surprised about. But, yeah, God, there are really some things that this person does not want to talk about whatsoever. Yeah, totally. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I get it. Oh. Never mind. Oh yeah, that could be why people were so uncooperative as well, because of the fact that she's rich. Yeah, but she is, let's be honest here. God. Yeah, that must be awful. Yeah, it's just scary to think what would happen if you, I don't know, had a disease, had an injury, and just how much pain you would be in, just because of the lack of, well, medical services, really. Yeah. Yeah, that must be awful. She's really, really sentimental. She doesn't even care about her wealth. Or at least. I wouldn't say he did at all. Yeah, totally. Fair enough. I mean, it's this village. The answer's probably yes. Ooh. I mean, she has grown up by the sea, so probably. Oh. A walk on the sea, I love it. God, she's really, really playful. It's just funny how she's totally unrealistic. Let's be honest, a boat that's tied there is clearly somebody's, and they're just stealing it. She just has so little care for the rules. It makes everything quite fun though. Oh no. Seriously, yeah. Oh my god, so I wonder if we're going to see a CG. Wow. Pauline really, really looks different. So I have 10 minutes. You know, I think I'll save this scene for later on today. To prove he's alive is what the chapter's called. What's the next chapter gonna be, I wonder? God, I really wonder how this relationship, this bond is actually going to change. This is such a cool CG. This really isn't something you see in any other visual novel, to be honest. It just has such a unique art style. And if anything, it's funny how different Pauline looks in this compared to her sprite. Anyway, I mean, I just wonder what's going to happen with this bond. Because let's be honest, it's just the fact that Javi is really not inviting and he's damaged. So that needs to be fixed. And when it is, they're probably going to have a really quite nice time together. Imagine if Javi replaces the merchant. But I don't think that would happen. I don't. She's too faithful for that to happen, let's be honest here. Right, okay, I am back. Don't know if I'm going to read for long, but oh well. We'll have some fun. Here we go. Let me just get a bit of context before we go. Obviously the scene of Javi and Pauline. Is it me or my audio is really quiet? Shit. Is the song gonna start up just now or? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, everything's working fine. I thought only one ear of my AirPods was working. Annoying as hell, that mistake. I love how reckless she is, genuinely. Yeah, it's calm now. Funny, I misread that as lonely. I'm really tired, by the way. It's a really odd CG, this, but I like it. It's as if we are Javi. Yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing the contrast between these guys because Javi he doesn't really think about things, he just takes everything in his stride really. Pauline is just, she thinks about everything around her. Yeah, it must be a real experience doing something like this. God. Oh my god, yeah, I see that. Oh god, he said lady. Even though he's meant to be keeping an eye on what he's rowing towards. Yeah, and I kind of like what Pauline is trying to say, and it is actually really quite surprising considering the fact that the only thing Javi actually likes about this place is just the ocean. I suppose he doesn't really have the positivity and the optimism to actually appreciate just what this phenomenon truly is and just how amazing an experience that, let's be honest, not everybody gets is. I wonder why. That is very, very true. Yeah, it really depends on the wind conditions. I agree. I mean, if anything, it's just really quite... Well, it's always that theme that's explored in old literature that they make you study in GCSE English. Just the theory of nature being more powerful than humans can ever be, and humans not being able to do anything about nature. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like Pauline was saying, the ocean is... Well, I suppose it's kind of the best thing, because it's kind of a real mix, because it's the salvation, obviously, from everything that is going on here and the stress of having to look for the merchant, but also the thing that separates them so very much, and the thing that actually allows said merchant to be a merchant. Yeah. I've never heard anything about a shipwreck, but okay. No, the shipwreck didn't actually kill him, no. I'm surprised he was in a shipwreck. Or maybe that was just a story his mum told him to, I don't know, just be able to explain it. I've got no idea. I don't think her mum would be that evil. I get that she didn't like her falling in love with merchants, but let's be honest, nobody would be that low. No, the witch never has mercy. Actually, no. I mean, to be fair, with the merchant, sure, there was mercy, but at the same time, obviously, there wasn't mercy when you remember the fact that Bestia exists. Yeah, no, totally. And it is interesting, just these total contrasts in personality. Javi is really, really aware of the fact that the sea can be a force that can totally wipe you out, and it's realistic. If anything, Pauline's being kind, but as a result of that, she's kind of being blind to the big picture. Yeah, you trusted it, but what if it changes? It's not scary when it wants to be. And she has so much hope. Interesting. I wonder how they met. Imagine if they met because of the ocean. Hang on a sec. Yeah, fair enough. I'll tell you what, this hoodie's uncomfortable. Hold up a sec. I can imagine somebody like the merchant having a look like that in his eyes, though. I don't know. He just really looks like the type. Hold up. Okay. I'm jealous. Yeah, I'm even more jealous. Yeah, so it's basically just, even though it's kind of funny that they both live in seaside towns, and yet at the same time the one that Pauline lives in is total opposite to the one Javi lives in. And ironically, as a result of, kind of maybe as a result of that, their personalities are so opposing. The tea tastes so weird. It actually tastes kind of good. It's the total opposite for this place. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'm kind of more... I don't know, I'm kind of like a mix of Pauline and Javi, actually. Because I live by the sea. I don't like where I live much. At all. To be honest. I can imagine that, yeah. Yeah, gosh, she's being so inviting. I do wonder what Javi's going to think of it. It sells ham sandwich. How random. Yeah, fair. If I'm going to be honest, with Javi's clothes, I'm actually quite surprised that he is poor. His clothes don't look like poor people's clothing. Yeah, fair enough, but is he ever going to have the money? God. Yeah. Basically, Pauline has just casually became Javi's most viable option for an escape, if he wants one. Oh god. Yeah, things are really going to change when there is nobody there. I do wonder how Pauline is going to change. Yeah, I mean, he would get to see a change of scenery, and even though he likes the sea in the place in which he lives, it would be very good for somebody like him to be able to experience other places, especially considering how toxic his hometown seems. To be fair, that is totally reasonable. I mean, you're thinking of taking somebody who doesn't have much money to a completely foreign place just for the sake of experience, for the sake of being able to have a nice time and see the beautiful sea and, I don't know, even ham sandwich shop, etc. Not really considering the financial viability of something like that. Oh god, so does he have parents or something? Like people who actually care about him? Because I'd be surprised if that was the case. He does not seem like a kid who is loved. Oh. The fuck are we hearing this sound for? Okay. Yeah. What? Oh my fucking god, no! Were they killed by Bestia? Is that why we heard the beast sound? Fuck. That's horrible. bastards. Oh, that's so horrible. So, oh, your parents died. We're gonna take you in, but you've got to work hard, probably in really shitty conditions. That's horrible. Fuck them. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. This is going to make it so that Pauline learns the truth if the usage of that beast sound effect means anything. Yeah, it was, but... Yep, knew it. So how were they killed? But if I'm going to be honest, I mean, somebody like Javi, he seems... I don't know. Remember what I was saying about him seeming like a kid who hasn't really been loved? Maybe his parents could have been assholes. People others would want dead for some sort of reason. But then again, I mean, he doesn't exactly seem rich, so if you take out money of the if you take money out of the equation, then the amount of motives to kill somebody really decreases. So yeah. If they're not killed for wealth, why would they be killed? Yeah. Oh my god. Wait, hang on a second. So the beast is known about. Interesting. I wonder how people have known. Oh shit. Oh my god. So this is where Bestia... Jesus Christ, what a coincidence. Interesting. So this is where the merchant's mission was to go to anyway. And he was a bit lost, so he goes in the forest and then he finds the beast. Is that what is going on? Oh my god. That's so horrible. Yeah, so basically Javi is a kid who could have had a very happy life. Maybe he's just one of those kids who obviously something really bad's happened to him and he's just never recovered and he just can't live in happiness. And he's being abused with his work. People giving him unrealistic and ridiculous amounts of work. Poor man. Oh, God. Merchants and travellers visiting the village. Exactly. And it's interesting that we've understood... We've looked at this story from Bestia's perspective. And we have seen all of the reasons behind why he slaughtered everybody. We've seen that after all the slaughter, he has had a happy life. And he's been able to overcome his absolute insanity, but sure, he's overcome his insanity. But does he deserve to actually live with the white-haired girl after all of those lives he has taken? Even if he has had a reason for killing that's totally awful. And I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, it's kind of hard to interpret a beast's motives with human motives. They're similar, but ultimately he has more animalistic instincts. It's harder for a beast to control anger than it is for a human, I'd assume. That man? So that's why. So the war is kind of like the cover story because no soldiers actually came into this place. But people don't want to talk about the beast who has ruined their lives, so they invent a cover story, I'm assuming. Fuck. Exactly, yeah. Oh god. She's put two and two together. Oh god. In this case, you need to know the truth. Living your life in hope of something that is not going to happen is worse than knowing the truth, no matter how hard the truth is. In some situations, I think this is one of them where you need to know the truth. Okay. Drink's finished. Right. Let's fucking read this. Okay. So I'm assuming they've gotten off the boat. Well, I mean, they've got to have done so. Oh god. No. Don't tell me they're going to go to Bestia. Okay. Chapter change. They're probably going to go to Bestia, aren't they? Jesus Christ, what am I reading? Jesus Christ, this sounds insane. This sounds very, very scary. God, this is horrible. Says the guy who just turns up the volume. Jesus, what the fuck is this thing? Of course. Jesus Christ. So, was Bestia a peaceful beast who was then really, really attacked from the village just because of who he was and who he looked like? So, as a result of that, he did the killing. And obviously, the only thing that is remembered by people like Javi is the fact that his family, his friends are dead. Jesus, this theme is horrible. It's just... No, it's not horrible. It's really, really good and it's very well designed. It's just fucking terrifying. I love how multi-sided this story is. Yeah, totally. god. And he always has this feeling of persecution. No, they're not. It's horrible, but ultimately that is just the way of humanity. They think something's hostile just because of what it looks like. It may not be hostile whatsoever, which I don't think Bestia was. He was just killing for defense, ultimately, and I think it's just so horrible that he's labelled as a total psychotic killer, where, in reality, he was doing self-defense to people who were being very, very hostile to him. Obviously, you shouldn't welcome a beast, but if it's going to do no harm, then what's the point in mercilessly murdering it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Listen to me, all these beginning vocals, they really sound like something that, I don't know. It just feels like something that could be sung in Chinese. I don't know. I can't tell if these are laughs or if they are people moaning or what. Only memories are of pain. Oh my god, look at how beautiful the sea is. This is really nice colour work. Dude, go to the sea. He's a beast, so he probably can handle dirty water. Or at least I'd hope so. Is it the sword? Interesting. This is so unpleasant. Seriously, it's just this fucking song. Oh god. I've just really got to soldier through this scene, to be honest. Like, fucking hell. It's just not even funny, this is just insane. Subahibi spoilers, but if you remember the battle with Takuji's delusion, seeing lots of Ridudus, the Teke battle, that shit just constantly playing in the background. That's what this reminds me of, man. And Sayano Uta as well. The song called Scare Shadow, if you've heard of it. It's just fucking disturbing. I've never listened to something so disturbing in a visual novel, seriously. It's amazing, but disturbing. Yeah, and isn't it interesting? He's just always branded himself as such a hated being. A being who's meant to be ridiculed and die. He kind of forgets about his thirst. It's interesting that he's prioritizing being able to fight against hostile human beings rather than that. Yeah. Evacuation, maybe? True. True, you can actually, yeah, loot their homes. Oh my god, bastards! They're actually gonna show us killing his parents. Oh, fucking hell. God. Well, this is what happens when you give someone immature power. So you're getting innocent human beings. I bet you these people didn't even do anything. And yet now you're killing them. Just because of the fact that the hostility that the villagers have shown you has made you go into this kill or be killed mindset. You're thirsty, you're hungry, so murder is the only answer. As well as you being brought up on murder in a way. Isn't it interesting that this is kind of how the maid imagines things? This is the maid's story, ultimately. This beast, everything like this may have objectively happened, but it may not have been represented like this. Interesting. If only they didn't answer it. Well, no, he would tear the door down by force. He has a sword. Ah, okay, I see. A beggar would try to mug you or steal your stuff. Oh god, that's horrible. The fact that his parents are loving as well. Jesus. How did Javi escape? He's not going to be able to sleep. Cruel. How fucking cruel. Run. No, run. That is if you can run. Yeah, run. Totally murdered. To fucking run, don't even contemplate it. Oh, that's just so cruel. I'm sorry, it's the worst case scenario, but in a scenario like this, you can't even contemplate it. Your own parents have died, but you can't contemplate it because it's your life that's going to be taken if you do. And that's the most horrible thing about this. To get out of your fucking house! It's because he's paranoid, that's why. Jesus Christ. Interesting, he's remembering this. By the way, yeah, I don't blame him for being in pain. You're just ravenous hunger. Interesting. Yeah, I totally see that. It's partly his hunger that has driven him to do this as well. Let's just mention that. God, no. Yeah, why? Yeah, very good question. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, totally reasonable. So true. It really is. Totally reasonable. Look at Javi. He was a happy person, and you have ruined his entire life. And then you look at the scale. You realise that Javi is one of hundreds, maybe thousands. And then that scale is what really, or at least it gives me shivers. Yeah, and it's what this song describes. That's just what he told himself. Did he have to do all that killing? The thing is, though, you can't fully blame him, because even though he wanted to live, he was kind of treated with prosecution. That was always the thing that had... That's the thing that he has first known. He's not known anything different. He's not ever been able to have the opportunity to have a different mindset. Nobody has taught it to him. I don't know if you can fully blame him. Yeah, we're just totally seeing the evil of his side. We've seen his insecurities, and now we're seeing what his insecurities have caused. Yeah, totally fair. You'll do anything to protect your life, even if it means killing somebody else. Oh. Yeah, totally. The thing is, though, is that really fair to say? He was a beast at the time. He had no possible human concepts. Yeah, sure, these people were family, but what is the concept of... What does family mean to somebody who doesn't even understand humanity? He doesn't understand humanity. So sure, that is the case, but can you really use that as a means of emphasizing the beast's hostility? They didn't. Or was it only a few? Yeah, tell me, like, a small kid like Javi is going to try and kill you. I'll believe that when I see it. He was paranoid. But then again, what I was saying. He was stressed, he was hungry, he didn't know any different. For everything, even though it is so unpleasant, and even though the maid's voice is very, very true, there is a way you can disprove everything to justify Bestia's actions. Where is the maid, though? Oh, that's unusual. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, this is just who he is. You're only that because you think you're that. And you only are that because, let's be honest, this is what all of his horrible experiences before have led him to think. Yeah. Do it, please listen to her. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, you've done something so bad. Do you deserve the love of your life? After having murdered and ruined the lives of so many just because of your insecurities. I love that. Yeah. Yes. And then kill her? No, it wouldn't be. If he accepted he was a beast and murdered this girl, then there would be no hoping. He's at such an unstable mental state, seriously. Well, no, but look at what this is. Yes. In this case, sure. I do wonder what this is. Oh, wait, no. This is not the maid, sorry. I got totally confused because the maid had been hiding as well. This is his inner conscious, and this is his kind of his alternate personality, if you like. The persecution complex that just towed. Well, no, just the voice of persecution inside him that totally reverses everything. I don't know if she realises. Yes. Oh my god, that paranoia is horrible. It's not the case. That's what you're there for. If you were a killer, and you were a serial killer, sorry, and you stopped killing, if you, I mean, obviously in modern day times, if you were punished for it, then, and if you stopped killing after your punishment, then that'd be what people would be accepting of it. Not of the fact that you've murdered, but well, you could start yourself off again. But you've always got that conscience of the fact that you've killed people. But at least you have a second chance if you change. If you don't, and if you murder again, you're just gonna be fucked. You're just gonna have you're just going to be in the deepest pit. You can't get out of it whatsoever. Pitfall trap of depth similar to the Earth's core. Oh, fuck it. Thank you for ending. Seriously, that scene was so unpleasant. Brilliant, but unpleasant as hell. Yeah, new chapter. Appropriate time to stop, I think. God fucking damn. Jesus Christ, man. Well, Fata Morgana is not an ambient visual novel for no reason. Seriously. So good. Seriously. This sound design is fucking amazing, but like I said, unpleasant beyond belief. And that was the thing that really stuck with me today. Just the sheer horror of the story. Well, it's interesting that we've seen Bestia's side of the story and we have seen his insecurity, and then we're kind of seeing how it affects all of the other people. But then again, it's kind of interesting because there's a lot of times where when somebody does something very influential, nobody cares about why they have done it, they just care about what they have done. I mean, it could be with anything. Like, for example, I don't know. Let's say, yeah, you're making a decision to, I don't know, implement a rule to a country that somebody really doesn't like. They are just going to think about the rule. They're not actually going to think about the thoughts that were given for said rule to be made. Look, the average person wouldn't. Obviously, the people who are really into looking into that field of stuff, they would look into it. But yeah. What I'm trying to say is nobody thinks about the thoughts behind the actions. They just think about the fact that the actions have been committed. And that's kind of the case here. And it's really interesting to see kind of the separation between the two. And obviously to see Bestia's insecurities. I don't actually think you can blame Bestia. Which is very odd. Very odd to say. But no, you can't fully blame him. But No, if anything, you can blame the human beings. You can blame the bad human beings and the result they've... Well, because the thing is, the bad human... No, but can you blame the human beings? Because after all, it's a beast and they were just defending themselves. You can't blame anybody, I think. Because the human beings. They were doing it for their own safety. It was a survival instinct. It was not. It was the thing that them as a species they would not question. Yeah, you can't blame anybody. I will stick by that. Fucking hell, that was so good today. Yeah. Normally I'm tired by the end of my reading because I had work today, like my part-time job. And I had school as well, so I should be really tired, but I'm not, just because of how fucking stimulating the story was. Seriously, it was amazing. Amazing today. God. I'll analyse everything that we read at the end tomorrow. See you then.